All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to continue on with our fish tanks that we started last class. What we're going to do with these is we're going to think about things that go in the tank now. Decorative things, plant life, and fish. The fish that live inside it. So, what you need to do is you need to get out a black oil pastel. First thing we're going to think about is we're going to think about vegetation or plant life under the water that we see in a fish tank. What do we usually see?
The little like leaves coming out.
Little like leaves, yes.
Like seaweed.
Seaweed, yes. Or, I heard it over here. Or like coral. I'm going to stick to the seaweed part to start off. So what I'm going to do with my black pastel is I'm going to make just a couple pieces of seaweed. You don't want to overflow it. You got to keep room for the fish to swim in there. So starting in my pebble right here, I'm going to just make a wavy line that goes. That comes back down. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to make two right there, two over there, and then one on the side. I'm going to take a green pastel, and if you don't have a green pastel, just hold a second. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to color these nice and thick, even on top of my pebble right here, all the way to the top. We're going to add some decorative pieces down below. And when I say we're going to add some decorative pieces, I want you to think. You do not want to have a bunch of stuff cluttering the bottom of your tank. Again, fish like to sit down at the bottom. Some of them are bottom feeders, so they take that area down there to eat. But I have, in my fish tank at home, I have an albino freshwater shark. And I was not aware of it when I bought this, but what I have is, I think it's Squidward's house from SpongeBob. I didn't know it when I bought it, but he likes to sleep in there. So whenever he's not out grazing and feeding, he is in this house. So those are things that you can have that are decorative too. But I also have a scuba diver that hangs out at the bottom of my tank. I used to have a sunken ship. So with a black pastel, I'm going to draw just my two decorative pieces. You can have two. So maybe right here, we'll do my sunken ship. So here's the part of the ship that's not broken. Oh, the broken ship right there. The sail that goes up. Like that. So then I'll come back and I'll grab a brown maybe to give it some color. So I want two decorative pieces in your fish tank. They can be many of different things. I've had people do sand castles. I've had people do sunken treasure chests, scuba divers. So now we're going to address the actual fish. The fish that are actually in our fish tank here. Now, you need to think about a couple things. One, is your tank a freshwater tank or a saltwater tank? If it's a freshwater tank, I better not see any saltwater fish in that. That means things like clownfish. They are, majority tropical fish are salt water. I shouldn't see a clownfish in a tank with a goldfish because goldfish are freshwater. So you need to think about that. Think about that when you're doing that, because if you threw a freshwater fish into a saltwater tank, that fish wouldn't last very long. So if I'm going to draw a fish here, I will draw my fish right here, just like that. Then I'll go in, and I'll color this bad boy right in.
Wait, can I draw?
Just like that there.
What is one? A tropical fish? No, tropical fish. I can make this a tropical fish. I got
Make sure to get its eye in there, mouth.
So,
So I want no more than 3 fish in your tank because we don't have that big of a tank. So no more than 3 fish.